Hello again, it is December 8th, 2012, and this is my sixth video explaining the Woodstock and Dead Sea Scroll connections. And where I left off previously, I was explaining about the three forms of false righteousness, and the Damascus Document describes these three as being riches, fornication, and profanation of the temple. And it also describes how God's people were led astray into a wilderness, and this wilderness is a wilderness of lawlessness. We can't just make up any rules that we want to and give up all the rules that God has laid down for us. In the form of the Ten Commandments and the Golden Rule. We can't just throw all that out. They have intrinsic value. If we abandon these rules, we're just asking for more difficulties on the horizon. The Damascus Document also describes a well, and this well is rich in life-giving waters, and it describes this well as the law. And if we veer too far from this law, we will just reap harsh consequences. And I believe these consequences are self-evident in today's world, very much so. And society has not made it easy for us to comply with all these rules. Earlier I described how the Plymouth Pilgrims came here to escape the overbearing rulers in Europe, and how after they got here, within about a year and a half, more people came who made things more difficult for them, and there was a gradual migration westward to the west coast of America. And this is sort of a continuation of this attempt to escape the tyrants of Europe and the way of life that the Pilgrims were trying to escape from. The Pilgrims were trying to find freedom, real freedom, and this escape is depicted pretty well in a few of the popular music, few of the popular songs of the late 60s and early 70s. One of them that comes to mind is the Machine by Pink Floyd, and another one is Ride Captain Ride by Blues Image. Now in the Ride Captain Ride song, it tells about how sailors are sailing off from San Francisco Bay, and they found this paradise, and they've come back to the San Francisco Bay to tell everybody to ride along. But in reality, there is no utopia out in the Pacific. It's time that decent people make a stand and stand up for what's right in the world. And that's a very important thing, because each of these groups of people in the Woodstock and Dead Sea Scroll connections, they're non-conformists. First we have the Qumran sect, who wrote the Damascus Document. They were a non-conformist group, and also the Plymouth Pilgrims were a non-conformist group. And also the hippies of the 60s and early 70s were non-conformist. And this is very important because it's tells us how we seek the truth within ourselves. We don't rely on elitists to tell us what the truth is. We seek the truth within ourselves and within our own local communities and families. And this is very important for us to grasp onto. And it's just non-conformist it's a very important aspect to this. And